Hello, welcome to the very, very first episode of the Oneness Blogs. Boy, am I excited to put this together. It's been a long time in the making. It's been in my thought process for some time. So my name is Ivansky, and why don't we just get cracking into the first episode, and in another video somewhere I'll explain a bit more about me, how I came to this blog, what my intention is, etc. Look, the first thing I want to talk about is the hero's journey. Now, let the hero's journey begin. Now, I believe that inside all of us is a hero, and a hero has a journey to take in the world. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with a guy called Joseph Campbell. Joseph Campbell had a book called The Hero's Journey, and he's one of the main inspirators of George Lucas, which I'm sure you know, and the Star Wars series. So really good to get your hands on and get your teeth around this concept called the hero's journey. It's all about story. Like, for example, every hero has to go through this journey, and the journey, obviously starts off with a challenge, an obstacle, and the obstacle is something we definitely fear, and but also we know that if we overcome that obstacle, it's going to bring us a lot of joy and passion and the like, and the intention is to go on a quest for your to uncover what is that demon within, to go on that quest to kill that demon, to actually end up struggling, and almost just before the demon defeats us, we end up killing him, coming back to our hometown and rejoicing and telling the story of how we conquered the hero, or conquered the villain, or the dragon, or whatnot. It's more of a metaphor for our fear, which I think is a really great lesson. I think within each of us there is a story to tell, and some great thing to overcome, and to come back to tell our friends about and rejoice about what we've. This concept about stories. Now, even our beliefs have stories. For example, you might believe that that the world's an evil place. The world is an evil place. And in that concept of the world is an evil place, you might be watching a lot of conspiracy movies and the like, and sure, the world's going to be a very evil place if you put yourself in there. And that has a story, and the story is, could be whatever story or drama is playing in your head, is a story to affirm those beliefs. The other thing I need to also like to share is that we actually need challenges in our life to grow. So it's actually a good thing to know that we have demons in our life to challenge and overcome. Imagine if in your life you're enlightened and there was nothing else to do. Your life would be very boring, because you just want to. What do you do if there's nothing to grow into? So it's it's great to be alive and have challenges in our life and to grow. And what is this thing, our call to action? Now, when this hero goes on this journey, this quest, what is the call to action? Basically, the call to action is our excitement. Whatever brings about, shivers and excitement within us. But not excitement as in, traveling the world, whatever. But excitement that is, like speaking, doing this great movement that brings so much joy and tears to our eyes. But also, it's very, very fearful, and very you get a lot of fear. For example, you might want to be a speaker, and that requires you to be on stage and in front of a lot of people, and that's a lot of fear. So, to me, our call to action is something that brings about fear and also excitement. Another thing I'd like to share is to also embrace and love your defects, because they are the things that are going to enlighten you. It's the things that are wrong with you, right? Well, not wrong with you, I shouldn't say that. It's the things that you perceive that you need to bring awareness into your life and explore more. Other things it's those things that people think as defects. It might be, for example, let me give you an example. Say to have better communication skills with females or with the opposite sex. Some people might be great with their friends, but when they put themselves in a situation with the opposite sex, they kind of freak out and they go in some sort of weird kind of mode. And sure, people might see that as defects, but they are our challenges, and they are the things we need to grow and know that they are the things that are going to enlighten us. So be very grateful when you realize what they are, because they are the road to enlightenment. My personal journey is I got to a point in my life where I was doing creating things and projects for other people, and always getting involved in all these things, and always being of service to people. And I got to a point where I had a little bit of money in the bank, and I was always giving, and I never really asked, so what is it, the one thing that I really want for myself, and what's that thing that would bring me tears of joy if I was just going to do right now, just something randomly, something like really spontaneously. And that thing was just to go, you know what, stuff it, I'm just going to go travel the world. I don't care, I'm just going to pick names out of a hat, I'm just going to go there, whatever. And I remember I got a sheet of paper and I wrote down all the, I think I Googled the top 50 destinations in the world for traveling. I put them all on a piece of paper, cut them out, put them in a hat, and I was so adamant that whatever came out, I was actually going to go there, regardless of where in the planet. It could have been Alaska, it could have been, the moon, could have been anywhere, and I was adamant that I was going to go there, and I actually did do that. I ended up going to San Francisco, Miami, and also in South America in Rio. So it's, of course I ended up, the trip was actually quite amazing, because I ended up doing other trips within that trip, but that whole idea was, and I remember coming up with the idea when I thought, I'm actually going to do this. It was almost like I had tears in my eyes, because it was so much excitement and so much, that I was actually doing this for myself. But that's a very, very self-serving thing. But to me, it's getting to a point in your life where you realize something and it almost brings you to tears, or even does bring you to tears of joy. And when you touch upon that, you know that is the thing. Just do it, drop everything and just do that thing. So that's the first one, your hero's journey begins. So hopefully you got something out of that, and please leave some comments below, and I will be on here regularly answering all your posts and trying to help build this community, and hopefully you can help build this community with me. Thank you very much, and that's episode 1, your hero's journey begins.